This is South Korea, a country full of life. And maybe if you see these pictures, you will never think of this country going through any type of hardship. However, this picture was very different around 60 years ago. In order to understand more about that past, I decided to go to the DMZ. First, I went to Dora Observatory, and later to Gosong Unification Observatory. The first thing that surprised me about this trip was to know that both Koreas are still connected by a river called Imjin. And in the past, some people actually crossed both countries through submarines. Therefore, the Korean government increased the security on the river.
Yeah, we're at the observatory, Dora Mountain Observatory, and this is the great view of North and South Korea. This is one of the best observatory to see the view of North and South Korea together. This is a map of the Gyeonggi Line. The Gyeonggi Line is the railway from Seoul to Sinŭiju. Sinŭiju is one of the biggest cities of North Korea. There was Gyeonggi Line before Korean War, but during the war, of course, the line was cut and destroyed. And 50 years later, in summit of 2000 of North and South Korean leadership, they decided we need to remake this line for the unification in the future and for the business of Kaesong Industrial Complex. And the line was completed in 2007. And this station, Borasan Station, we're here. Borasan Station was completed in 2002. This red line is Gyeonggi Line, and this one is military demarcation line. And two boundaries here and here. This is southern boundary of the DMZ, northern boundary of the DMZ. From the military demarcation line, 2 kilometers, 4 kilometer buffer zone between North and South Korea.
This was the only way to the North Korea, which was crossing the Imjin River. After the Korean War, 12,000 prisoners of the war who are seeking for their freedom, they returned to the South Korea through this bridge. That is why the name of the bridge is Freedom. Actually, the prisoners of the war were brought by vehicle and they walked through these bridges to return to South Korea. So after exchanging the prisoners, the bridge was blocked, so you can walk on the bridge, but you cannot cross the bridge. It kind of shows the tragedy of the Korean War. The train was using for the delivering the supply to the army to the North Korea. But actually, the train was supposed to go to the northern side, but back in time, the northern side situation was so bad, so train had to come back to the southern side. When the train came back to the southern side, the train got hit by some bombs and fell off the tracks. So it was left in the Changdan area, but it was moved here in 2007. So if you check the surface of the train, you will see the lots of bullet holes. Also, it is show the trace of the Korean War.
Out of the two places that I went to, this one was really amazing. There was a lot of people, and there were many things that surprised me. And the view of the ocean was breathtaking.